Hi, I'm Patrick, and in this video I'm here in the town of Mitilini, and I have a Volvo rock bucket on a trailer that's headed down to Chios in the islands of Greece, and I'm packing the Iveco Stralis. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, turn the parking brake off and check to make sure everything's clear, and away we go. And it looks like there's a pretty steady stream of AI cars coming around this corner over here to the right, and also this corner over here to the left. So as always, I'm just going to have to hope this one has good brakes. Also, while I managed to start a traffic jam, I managed to get out of there without scraping the back of the trailer, so that's nice. I think I might have scraped the back of the trailer that time, but that's fine. It's not my trailer. This is probably actually going to be kind of a short video because there were only, I think, 12 kilometers of actual land travel. But of course, this is mostly a ferry trip. That was kind of close, but I managed to not hit that truck. So if you haven't been keeping up with events with ETS2 lately, SCS has made a lot of announcements lately. Is this a traffic light? There's oh, thanks. By the way, the ocean, or I guess it's the Mediterranean Sea over there to the left, always amazes me when I look over and see that. And they did a good job with the landscape, and I'm sure they're going to do a good job with the landscape in the UK. Was a little disappointed. I was hoping for the Azores and the Sweet Tea DLC, and that truck's hauling a helicopter. But there's not going to be Sweet Tea coming to World Truck Simulator, but there really might as well be, because speaking of World Truck Simulator, we're getting the UK rework, we're getting Ireland, we're getting Iceland, we're getting Scandinavia, we're getting in North America, we're getting British Columbia, we're getting Louisiana, Illinois, South Dakota, and of course we know that the reason they're going to British Columbia is eventually they're working their way up to Alaska. And I suspect they're probably going to move across Canada towards the east. Will Mexico one day be part? I doubt it, but you never know. But one thing, other than the Azores not being a thing, that has disappointed me is there's not been any information about updating the Iveco Stralis, which I believe could really, I mean, the buttons don't actually move when you turn on the lights or anything that I can tell. it would be really nice if they would rework the interior of the Stralis. And I found a mod that is supposedly supposed to improve the interior. It made it more of a lighter color. This is kind of an interesting thing. One of the things I like about Greece here is they weren't afraid to make these narrow roadways in the game. And it's nice because it is a challenge, but it is possible to get through here. And look at these cars. They put cars parked on both sides. I'm sure if I went to Street View and went to Mitilini in Greece in Street View, if that Street View cam car showed up, that there would be cars parked on both sides of the road there. Okay, where do I turn? First I'll turn my blinker on. So I am taking the ferry from here in Mitilini down to I think it's Chios. I'm not sure. I didn't actually look to see how it's pronounced. So this may be yet another episode of How Many Locals Can I Upset by Mispronouncing Their Hometown's Name? But I'm going to catch this Blue Star ferry, and well, you have to stop at the gate. There's absolutely no reason to. I don't know, maybe because there's a crosswalk to a fence that nobody can cross out. Okay, so the question is, I'm not sure which ferry I'm supposed to get on. Okay, after consulting the map, I've determined that I'm relatively certain that I'm supposed to get on the ferry that's behind me. So that's fine. Hopefully the trailer doesn't drag that fence back there. But that's the one right there. Now I'm coming in at an angle, and I'm hoping that it doesn't bounce me too much, because the ferries in Greece seem to be a little bouncy on the entrance. But that went smoothly, and here we are, and soon we will be in Chios. Maybe. Yes, embark. And here we are. Chios has been discovered. So, not going to make any big speeches here, but this is going to leave one more city that I have not explored yet. Okay, the first thing I notice is there is a box here to the left that is completely obscuring my view of the road. So I'm just going to hope that whatever comes from the left will be going slow enough that their brakes work. As always, don't take anything I say about driving as advice for how you should drive. The route advisor says that there are 4 kilometers left, so we're pretty close. So this is going to be a short video unless I take 10 minutes to park, and that is not out of the ordinary if it happens. You know, I think 50 kilometers per hour is something close to 30 miles per hour, maybe 31. On these narrow streets with the sidewalk and the people so close, I'm not sure that I would feel comfortable driving a semi-truck at 30 miles an hour through there, but I'm sure the drivers who do this in real life, it probably isn't anything big for them. And again, we get a nice view of the beach, what little beach there is there, and the shoreline, and the water, and the trees. I'm sure when they rework Britain, I avoid Britain in ETS2 mostly because it doesn't look that great, and also because I almost missed my turn here. Also, Circle K, really? Also, sorry. Also because I don't like driving on the wrong side of the road. But I'm sure when they do the rework, it's probably, and since they've put off doing the rework so long, it's going to look great, I'm sure. If it's not always foggy and rainy. Okay, here we are. Don't want to scrape either wall behind me or beside me or that junk on the ground. But let's see where they want me to park. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. This looks very familiar. But I recently learned to enjoy the steering axles on these trucks. What I don't like is forklifts being left parked right in the way. Okay, so the question is, do I leave it here or do I straighten up? Okay, I learned my lesson. I am definitely leaving it alone this time. So let's see what we get. Okay, so it was a short trip. The witches of Breckenridge are still flying around in the background because I haven't changed that yet. Even though Halloween is over by the time you're watching this video. But thanks for watching and have a nice day.